Okay, that should be working now. What's up, guys? Yeah, happy Wednesday. We'll see what we do get into the session. We're trading above both VWAPs now at the moment. I just had a quick scalp on the DAX. I actually missed out on the longs on the US market. So we'll see what does arise during the session. But yeah, but above both VWAPs, we'll keep our eyes peeled for what happens. Yeah, morning or afternoon, morning in the US, guys. Appreciate you guys being on. It is, yeah, Wednesday, so happy hump day. So yeah, as I said, a little scalp on the DAX my side, but yeah, other than that, nothing really too much at the minute. We have just been chopping around on NQ and ES at these highs, which I don't particularly like too much right now. But we'll, as I said, we'll keep our eyes peeled if there is anything on the cards. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, good to be on with you guys as always. Yeah, been in the USD long for almost 2 hours. Yeah, geez, markets are very slow right now. They're chopping, that's for sure. Do you trade USD quite often, Mark? I know you normally look at the Nasdaq, your side, right? Afternoon, what's up, Kurt? Yeah, Bitcoin having a good time. Yeah, let's have a look at BTC. Yeah, BTC is up, definitely. Yeah, it is looking pretty solid. Yeah, Bitcoin was up like 2% overnight. So markets did have quite a big bounce overnight, and I know there was a few things in play there. But I think, a good thing to also speak on is that not every single day is a trading day. There is also sometimes to like back off and just find your footing a little bit, which is kind of like what's happening to me a little bit today. I had that nice small little win on the DAX, and then other than that, I haven't really been involved in too much else personally. But yeah, been trading it last week and off. Okay, nice. So you have been dabbling a little bit in it. Yeah, just it does move differently to the other indexes, so you do need to obviously keep that in mind, right? We actually can't get YM on the GoChamp competition-based accounts. So that's, yeah, frozen cam. Okay. Don't know why it's happening recently, but I'm going to get them in. Just bear with me for now, guys, if you can. I do appreciate it. I did say I was going to get that going, but yeah. Didn't you catch the NAS? No, I didn't. I actually missed it. I did like it though, but I did miss it. Yeah, sorry guys. If the cam freezes a little bit, as I said, I don't know why it's been happening the last couple of days. Just bear with me. I'm going to get it fixed. That's for sure. The guys just haven't been able to come in yet. Just wanted to jump and say, how's it catch you? Maybe later have a lucky even. Yeah, 100%. So look, we're finding a little bit of wicks here. Let's go down to like a 5-minute time frame as well. Yeah, we're kind of actually making lower highs since creating that high early on today. So I'm going to be cautious of that personally. And even the Nasdaq now too, we are at these highs, but we haven't really done much since rallying up, and I probably should have been in one of those longs on the Nasdaq. No, I had a little scalp trade that I did put on my stream. I had a little scalp trade on the DAX, so I'm slightly green today. Just a little scalp trade on the DAX, but they don't offer the DAX on GoChamp, right? So DAX for the futures traders is FDAX. It's the German stock market index, similar to the Nasdaq. It does move similar to the Nasdaq, right? But yeah, Nasdaq just been playing around between 27K and 27,950, call it. So yeah, right now I'm not really interested in too much. We are on the Nasdaq quite extended off the VWAPs as well, which I've spoken about quite a few times on the stream. And I don't really want to fade it as well at this point in time. Yeah. Cool. Anyone here in the chat in any trades at this point? Anyone in the chat in any trades? Just let me know. But yeah, I'm not in anything at the minute. Nasdaq, as I said, a little bit extended off of the VWAPs. I always say you want to be buying or selling as close to these VWAPs as possible, and we just have been doing a whole lot of nothing at the minute. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes peeled. If we do get a move back down, then maybe look to buy it. But just right now, at least for now, I'm just sitting on my hands. Did you see, Carl? Yeah, that thing is ripping. We did speak about it on that Edgeville stream. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, actually. Pretty wild move, actually, I must say. I haven't seen a chart like that since GameStop. We was actually we were discussing that on stream with the guys. But yeah, interesting. I don't know why my camera is freezing, but you guys can all hear me good though, right? You guys can all hear me, and you guys can all hear me good, so that should be fine. Yeah, I mean, most of the Mag 7 stocks are green today as well, if you look across the board. So that probably could have been a good indication for me to take the longs on NQ, as I said, which I just missed. Bit of a, you seem to not trade gold that often. Yeah, I haven't actually taken a gold trade in quite some time. I can't say I trade it too often. That's for sure. It's not something I look at particularly a whole lot. Gold sometimes does have a mind of its own. I might trade it on this GoChamp account, but yeah, we are underneath of VWAPs on GC right now. So in terms of trend, I mean, we're definitely moving low. We can, scalp a little bit, maybe back down to the lows on gold. As I said, I don't trade it too often, but if I had to pick a direction right now, it would be short. It's underneath VWAPs. Have you had any trades today? Let me know. Gold analysis, yeah. So as I said, if we go even to like a 15-minute time frame, okay. I actually did take a quick little short here on gold, but we are making lower highs underneath that New York session VWAP. So we can see the New York session VWAP is here. Okay. And we can also see the daily VWAP as well is there as well, like that. So we're trading both underneath. I would, at least for now, that's why I've just tried a little short on it. At least for now, I would think, if you had to ask me, just short is the better play right now on GC. We're trading at 47,747. So that is, we're underneath VWAP. So it's not a great entry price. We're far from it, but that's the trade that I would take, the direction that I would like to trade on gold if I did have to pick a direction on it. Cool. So as I said, nothing too much, like too hot on my radar at the minute. Nasdaq's chopping at those highs. Okay, Nasdaq chopping at the highs, and I don't really want to buy it up there. That's for sure. It's a bit too high for my liking. And ES as well, not really doing. It's kind of just been trading in a very, very tight range at the moment since making it high into the New York session open, right? So that's kind of my thought process right now. There you go. So gold dropping a bit. I don't particularly trade gold too much. Let me just close that. But yeah, if you had to ask the direction on gold, that short, I would say short because it's underneath the VWAPs. Very interesting to see right now. ES, NQ a lot more bullish than ES, that's for sure. And YM also seems to be a lot more bearish compared to NQ right now. It looks like it's just NQ that that's making that's made the highs and trying to stay there. Yeah, look at that. You could actually, I mean, for a reversal play, you could actually sell this with a stop at the high, and see if that wants to come lower. Personally, that wouldn't be too bad of a play in my opinion, just because we haven't failed to take that new high into the session. Normally, those bounce and retest plays work out quite well. So, I mean, this would obviously definitely be a reversal play, but as I said, like it hasn't been able to move higher for quite some time on ES. Do you ever trade still the same strategy because you guys are very close? I don't particularly trade metals too much. I mainly trade stocks and indexes. That's kind of like my go-to. I think if you spread yourself too thin, if you try and trade too much, it's a little bit all over the place. But that's just, again, this is my own personal preference. I know a lot of traders that do, they'll try and trade silver, they'll try and trade gold, and then look at stocks. But I mainly just look at stocks and indexes. So we're trying a short here with this. If it breaks for new high, I'll obviously get out of it. But got to obviously play a little bit too, with this competition-based account. But yeah. I wouldn't, as I said, I think if the longs were going to work, they would have already bounced. That's my own personal opinion on that. With trading VWAP for quite some time now. It should have already worked out, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, like at the minute, I think, as I said, there's like times to press and times to kind of back off. I think it's not a bad time to be looking at maybe just being a little bit more conservative at these all-time highs on the indexes for sure. Yeah, again, like a lower high on the 5 minute looks like it's going to print now. This is a 15. Let's go to the 5. Yeah, so we haven't really been doing too much personally. Like we've been making that, like, look at that, no new high since the market open on ES. Right, so that's kind of like, I'm just trying a little bit of a reversion play. I've got to try things on this. I want to try things on this GoChamp account. Hey James, just got to class to ground, but enjoy stream 100%. Have a good one, Ross. Good to always have you guys on stream. So I'm a little bit green from that DAX short scalp, which I did take live on stream towards the end. Actually, I must say I missed out on the nice long on the NQ, so I kind of just sat on my hands. But yeah, look, we kind of doing a whole lot of nothing at the moment. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Again, I think NQ at the highs, look at that, very, very choppy. Not really offering too much. Anyone, are you guys in any trades, or have you had any trades? So I haven't found, I missed the NQ longs and then just haven't really been paying too much attention to this choppy price action. Did you learn your strategy from someone else or find. So VWAP is basically a very common strategy. I did learn a lot of my trading from Austin Silver. I've been with him and he's trading since 2019, and then I kind of used and adapted the stuff that we used to look at together into my own way of trading. But the orb is quite a popular trading methodology. So yeah, it's definitely my own way of trading the orb and VWAPs. But yeah, I definitely learned from a lot of guys, Austin being one of them. Yeah, I think Austin's a really good guy. And also, he trades very well. So I've been with him since 2019. So yeah, James, you're the best. I enjoy listening to you while I'm trading and studying my shit. Very professional. No shit, chit chat, time wasting shit. That's funny, actually. Yeah, I like to keep things a lot more like, no, obviously there's always good time for like a little banter, and I do enjoy my sports. Don't get me wrong. As you can see, kind of Kobe Bryant t-shirt on. But yeah, I do think that like while I'm on the desk, I do think you need to lock in and keep the focus. That's just my own personal preference while trying to trade. I'm very appreciative of you saying that. Do you often miss trades? Yeah, I mean, not often, I would say, but I do sometimes miss. Like, I would say that NQ long was a pretty easy trade today, and yeah, I should have definitely been in it. So yeah, I wouldn't say often, but yeah, I will miss trades 100%. So let's get that up there. There you go. You can see that. I really appreciate that. Those kind words. So Dow looks like we want to tip over here, actually, funny enough. Dow trading now underneath 650, which was offering quite a big level of support for now. And NASDAQ off the highs of 27K. Tesla's coming down a little bit. So maybe the reversion play on the NASDAQ, we can try and sell the NASDAQ up at those highs too. It's not actually too bad. Yeah, Tesla, as I said, that's why I like watching what stocks are doing. You can always see and get a good glimpse for what the market kind of wants to do. That's why I do enjoy watching what the Mag 7 do, right? But yeah, I do appreciate that. There you go. So it is starting to come a little bit of the, and this would be definitely a high risk trade. It's a mean reversion trade off the highs. Okay. So definitely a higher risk trade. That's for sure. Let's get some music actually going on here in the stream. How was your 2022 trading year? Geez, that was a long time ago. Yeah, it was good. It was good, bro. It was a long time ago. It was 4 years ago. Yeah, it was good. I had a good year that year. 2021, I struggled a little bit after COVID, I must say, but 2022 was good. Why are you asking? Is anything like you had in that year happen for you? We are trying just to fade that this choppy at the highs. Again, as I said, there's definitely a higher risk trade this, but 27K is offering quite a big level of resistance. Yes, back down underneath 155 now. Yeah, let's get that back up like that. There we go. Yeah, NQ starting to come back down off 27K, that's for sure. Tesla rotating back down a little bit. So is Apple. Apple just was also vertical at the open. Too. This is sometimes what we do get, the afternoon fade of the momentum. Many traders were struggling that year, man. That market was so slow, interest rates thing. Yeah, I mean, I had a good year that year. 2021, funny enough, I actually struggled a lot more. 2022 was good, but I had a thing in 2022 where, and Jared Tinder speaks a lot about this in the Mental Game of Trading, where I had my C game was still pretty terrible in that year. Like in terms of, I think on my personal account, I did 60% that year, but I had more than 20 days where I lost, 4% or more on my trading account. So that was a little bit of a more irritating one for sure. So what I mean by that is, Jared Tinder speaks a lot about the mental game of trading, improving your C game. So I was really good when I was good, but when I was poor, I used to lose a lot of my, a lot in one day, basically, in essence sake, right? So, my goal for 2023 was to lose less, have less than 22 trading days where I lost 4% or more. So actually, I'm going to close some of that MNQ. I'm going to try and let ES run a little bit. A nice little scalp there for like $70. I'll take that. So yeah, working on that C game was quite a big one for me personally in 2023, going from 2022. Definitely was a massive work on my side. You can be a great trader, but that's where like the average winning day to average losing day comes in what I speak about. You don't want to. I see so many traders that actually can make money. I'm speaking for myself. Like when I'm trading poorly, it's like I'll have, let's just say my average winning day is, give or take, let's say $1,000. But then you have a losing day that's $3,000. It's going to take you on average 3 winning days to make up that one losing day, and that can be very detrimental to your to your psychology. Someone was Sam, where are you tuning in from? I do appreciate that comment though a lot. I do put a lot of time and effort into my streams, and obviously I do appreciate that a lot, so thank you. Yeah, so we're still in profit on that. ES seems a lot weaker right now than NQ. It looks like we actually can still come down on ES personally. Underneath, if we can get underneath 150. We're taking now, see how we're trading now underneath the New York session VWAP. We're trading at that daily, so it would have to slide a little bit underneath this daily VWAP just at the moment. It doesn't look all too bad. Again, high risk trade though, for sure. But I did want to show that I can sometimes take those mean reversion plays. I didn't just want to, obviously it's, was making lower highs off of that half day VWAP essentially, right? So, yeah. So see if we can get continuation there. Why I'm definitely the weaker asset right now, that's for sure. Why I'm trading at low or New York session lows right here. So why I'm definitely the weaker index at the moment. But what EA is starting to slide now too a little bit, which is interesting to see. From Lebanon, Nas, good to have you on. Great short, brother. Thanks, sir. Yeah, just the reason for the shorts was just we failed to make new high off those VWAPs. So just trying to fade the price action right now. So it's, you know, we failed. If it was going to move higher, I think it would have done so a little bit earlier on. Personally, lower highs of that VWAP, but I don't really like what price is doing at the minute. So we'll see what we do get. You know, it is see how very, very choppy price action. So, yeah, good to see you. How many percentage does your trading improve yearly basement, or do you don't track that? What do you mean by like percentage base? Like, yeah, I work with a performance coach personally, and he helps me a lot, like a lot. I actually have a meeting with him on Friday. So I do track that in terms of like I rather like to track things like my mindset. How am I when I take a win? How am I when I take a loss? And engage stuff based off that, right? But yeah, right now, Tesla is making a little bit of a move down. Nvidia coming off its highs. I don't hate this ES. Just might be a little bit of a slower trade personally. From what I'm just observing at the minute. And that's where sometimes you just got to go with a wider stop. Like I would have my stop at half day. And if it breaks for a new high, then this trader is obviously wrong. That's how I like to use, definitely like stop loss placements and stuff like that. But Apple rolling over from its highs, which was straight vertical at the open. So not too bad, this trade, personally. Is it supposed to change when you're digging yourself out a hole? Yeah, I mean, you got to be a lot more focused, I guess. Yeah, that's definitely one. You got to be a lot more focused. Yeah, put it that way. You can't be just slinging trades, and you got to manage risk. I think that's the biggest thing. If you can manage risk, you can get yourself out of those holes, if you want to put it that way. I think if you get yourself into a rut too quickly, like a drawdown too quickly, it can be very mentally challenging to kind of get your way out of it because you've just oversized or whatever the reason is. So yeah, still at 150. I would like, if it breaks this 150, I think we could get back down to at least like 140. So that's kind of what I'm just observing at the moment. What's up, Angel? How you going, my brother? What any trades for you today? Yeah, good to have you on as always, Angel. It's good. How your accounts looking, boss? What's I know you're in drawdown on one of them, but how your accounts going your side? I think if Nvidia gets underneath 201, the market could start, this ES could pick up a little bit of momentum to the downside. 153 on ES. And the video is sitting at 201.10 at the moment. So keep that in mind. 201.10. Yeah, see, I don't like this bounce now. It's up 30. I should have maybe closed. From 300 pair to maximum loss reach. Oh, definitely not my best performance last 30 days. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Yeah, that's. I don't even care. I'm ready to wipe the state. Yeah, you have to. Sometimes taking a break and then just moving, like for a couple of days is really something, actually the best, some of the best things that you can do. I think you need breaks in trading. The less I trade, the happier I am. I don't want to be in trades all day, every single day. I want to, try and be in and out. And if there's nothing, then I'll, move on to the next day kind of thing. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. It's a bleak one. You're super close to a payout as well, man. I'm still going to leave this. It has been making lower highs so since that high. So I'm going to try and just see what we can get here. On, yes, that is, yeah. The video still sitting at 201.10. A nice little scalp on NQ, but no, yeah, I don't really like this price action at the moment, personally. Yeah, sitting at 155. 54.75. We'll continue to monitor. Yeah, it's important to have a full life outside of the charts. Yeah, I mean, like one of the guys in our group was asking me, should he be trading London and New York? And I was like, oof, you're going to get, for me, I'll get mentally burnt out when I do try and trade all day, every single day. So I try to just keep it to one session. I think personally that most people should be doing that. Again, I'm just giving you experience on what I actually do and what works for me. I can't really speak for anyone else, But yeah, we are getting that wick now on it. So let's have a look. Let's go down to like a 1 minute time frame. Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that, 70. Yeah, look at that, starting to come lower now. If this doesn't flush for a new low, I will close, but it's looking not too bad at the minute. What's NVIDIA doing? Yeah, NVIDIA at 201.08, Tesla 389. NQ now coming off the highs, 972. You know what? I'm gonna close this $55. I'll see if we can get that little winner there. There we go. There we go. So 2 little winners on stream there on the shorts. Definitely a high risk trade, but we are coming on NQ 968. Yeah, so nice little scalp there. There you go. I'll take that. So you don't need to be hold the whole trade. So again, the reason why I did take the short was look at the clear lower highs that we're making off those highs. If that long was going to work over here, this should have made a new high. That's what I know with the VWAP strategy. That long over there was going to work. It should have made a new high. I remember my hot seat when I told you guys like I'm doing great, I'm a good boy when I fuck. Yeah, I mean no one's perfect, Angel. That's how we get better and improve. James, if you ever struggled with uncertainty, how did you go about improving that skill? Also, great profit taking. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I definitely. Otto, I think uncertainty comes from not being confident in your system and taking losses. I definitely find that for me, like now, watch this reverse back up. If I don't take profits, this is just, again, everyone's got their own tick. This is what I've worked with on a with a performance coach, is that if I don't take profits, if I'm in a trade and let's just say I'm risking $1,000 and it goes up 700 and I don't take profits and then it ends up going back against me and I have to close for loss, it irritates me. And that's when I sometimes start to tilt. So I think if you know what gets you tilting, it eliminates that uncertainty. I think if that's a good enough answer for you, Otto. But I think being confident in your system is definitely eliminates the uncertainty. And then for me, like when I'm scalping, just taking green days, like stacking green. I don't care about RR. I'm just looking to get green on the day. You know, like this little trade here. What put me on the day in our leaderboard. Okay, so I'm up 309. These are obviously crushing it, but this is a competition-based account. But if that makes sense, right? So being aggressive and profit taking, and then knowing what your base setups actually also look like. I think that is actually also an important one. That's a good answer. Thank you, sir. Some days I struggle with trusting the system and take bit cuts. Yeah, and I think so. This is a good thing to actually speak about, Otto. So let's speak about this like New York VWAP bounce play at all-time highs. There's 2 points I want to make here. One, at all-time highs, you don't want to be getting in there, the end of that arrow. Let's zoom in again. Because you're at all-time highs, breakouts don't really work. You don't want to be getting in on there on ES. You want to be getting in here on bounce plays. Whereas if you got in there, look, you know that this doesn't work because it doesn't create a new high. As soon as you take that breakout play, it needs to break for a new high. At all-time highs, you want to take bounce plays. And knowing those little nuances within the system, like if you go back to like how can I explain this? If you go back to like Futures 2.0 with Evan and how you trade, like systematic approach. This is why I think discretion is so important as a trader. This is going to say this is a good trade, and you're going to be like, I took a good trade. Nothing works all the time and everything works sometimes. That's why just knowing where at all-time highs, you'd rather get in on the bounce play rather than the break play. And then I think that discretion in trading pays off in terms of like, yes, you took a good trade, but it's a how can I say, you need to be taking the bounce play because we had all-time highs, not the breakout play. Does that make sense? But yeah, NVIDIA now holding up, YM bouncing a little bit, NQ bouncing a little bit. I don't know if that, like what I've just spoken about there, makes any sense for you, Otto. This Osmo Pro, I'm just taking photos and everything. It's pretty cool, this thing. I'm using the States. Yeah, you sacrifice confirmation at all times. That's a good way to put it as well. You got to get in earlier. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. I think it was a nice exit, really nice exit. Mike Knight's in good standing, but I definitely have to, yeah. No, that's a good thing. You got to split up the risk, right? So someone's just asking, did I take those longs? Yeah, someone's asking if I got those longs, and actually, as you guys know on stream, I actually missed them, and that actually pissed me off. I should have been in those longs. But yeah, that's where that's the trade of the day, personally. But yeah, we're bouncing again on NQ. Again, it's just a little bit too far for me to be buying it from that view app at the moment. Just in what I'm trying to look for, right? Yeah, this flipping cam's freezing a little bit. So I'm definitely I need to call those guys tomorrow. Make a note of that again. Okay, I'll put it in my to-do list. You know, you always have to have a to-do list, bro, when you got a family, otherwise you forget things. Any last questions before we head off here in the next 5 minutes or so? Nice trades here on stream with the guys. Nice little trades here with you guys. Yeah, any last questions or anything like that, let me know. Is keeping NQ from pushing higher. Yeah, that could potentially be that. They obviously do move together. What's GoChamp don't have YM, but YM's lagging quite some bit. YM's down at YM's actually up 0.55% today, whereas NQ's up 1.27 and ES up 0.71. And then YM is up. Yeah, so YM is definitely lagging a bit. But Nvidia trying to pick up now 20117. So I definitely think ES is struggling a bit. But you see how we've just been making lower highs since that opening range breakout push. So I mean, it wouldn't be bad to actually take another short there like that back down to the lows. You know, you could try a little bit of a short like that, but I don't personally like the shorts at the moment. Here we go, something's happening, so we'll close that. Jeez, something's happening. We wanted to, yeah. Oh, something's definitely happening here. I'm now back underneath 600. There's so many news headlines these days. You have to manage risk. Oof. Now ES 149. This is crazy. It's got a wick to couple. Yeah, you just have to manage risk because it's just headline stuff. We're starting to drop now. Yes, now 148, YM 582, NQ's 964. Definitely starting to come. Is all the oil market free? Is the oil market fine for you, or you don't care? Fine for me in terms of, I'll try and short here. We're breaking through the new lows. Are you talking like in terms of like petrol prices and that, Jay? We're starting to break through lows. Yeah, I think the next level will be 140, as I've mentioned. Yankee now 1964. The YM 577. Definitely something happening. And Nvidia now. Nvidia is still trying to hold up, but definitely something happening here. So we'll try. Yeah, no, I'm green on the day. I'll take those little scalps. Yeah, I'm green on the day. So 312, and we'll take that on those accounts. I don't want to be caught shorting too long on a bullish day for now. A lot of chop. We'll see you guys all on stream. I'm on ASFX TV in a bit. And then I'll be on for the open again on my YouTube tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Go check out GoChamp. And we'll see you guys all on tomorrow. Cheers.